Make room and let him stand before our face. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that thou leadest this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, which now exacts a penalty, which is the pound of this poor merchant's flesh. Thou wilt not only lose the forfeiture, but touched with humane gentleness and love. We all expect a gentle answer, Jew.
I have possessed your grace of my purpose, and by her holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter of your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a way of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that. I give no reason more than a lodged hate, and a certain loathing I bear Antonio that I follow thus a losing suit against him. Are you answered?
This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty.
I am not going to please thee with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill?
Every offense is not a hate at first.
What, was to have a serpent sitting thee twice?
I pray you, think you question with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait its usual height. You may as well go do and seek to soften anything most hard than to seek what's harder, his Jewish heart. Therefore, make no more offers, use no further means, but with all plain and conveniency, give me judgment and the Jew his will.
For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6.
If every ducat and 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shalt thou hope for mercy rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine and I will have it. If you deny me, fine upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
Upon my power I may dismiss this court, unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent to determine this, come here today.
My lord, here stays without. A messenger with letters from the doctor. New come from Padua.
Bring us the letters.
Good cheer, Antonio. What man? Courage yet. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all. Ere thou shalt lose for me 1 drop of blood.
I am a tainted weather for the flock, Antonio. You should be better employed, Bassanio, than to write mine epitaph and love still.
Came you from Padua, from Bellario?
From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace.
This letter doth commend a young and learned doctor to this court. Where is he?
He attendeth here hard by to know your answer whether you'll admit him.
With all my heart, go and give him courteous conduct to this court. Meanwhile, you shall read this.
Your grace shall understand that, after receipt of your letter, I am very sick. But an instant that your messenger came, and loving visitation was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthasar. I am acquainted with him with the cause and controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. He is furnished, in my opinion, which better with his learning, the greatness whereof I cannot enough commend, comes with him in my opportunity to fill up your grace's request in my stead. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment to let him lack a reverend estimation, for I never knew so young a body, so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose child shall better publish his commendation.
You hear the learned letter he writes. And I assume you are the learned doctor? You are welcome. Take your place.
I am informed thoroughly of the cause. Which is the merchant here, and which the Jew?
Antonio and old Shylock, both stand forth.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of strange nature is the suit you follow. Yet such rule that Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within this danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth like the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter scepter shows the force of temporal power, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power doth then show like as gods when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou follow the strict court of Venice, must needs give sentence against the merchant here.
My deeds upon my head! I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here, I tender it for it in the court. Yea, twice the sum. This will not suffice. I will be bound to pay it 10 times over, on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. And if this will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority. Do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It cannot be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established.
And Daniel comes to judgment. Yea, Daniel. Oh, wise young judge, I do honor thee.
I pray you let me look upon the bond.
Here it is, most reverend doctor. Here it is.
Shylock, there's thrice thy money offered thee.
An oath, an oath! I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit. And lawfully by this, the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Take thrice thy money, bid me, tear the bond.
It is paid according to the tenor. It doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your exposition hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, wherever you are a well-deserving pillar, proceed to judgment. I stay here on my bond.
I do beseech the court to proceed to judgment.
Why then, thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
Oh, noble judge! Oh, excellent young man!
For the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty, which here appeareth due upon the bond.
'Tis very true. Oh, wise enough, my judge. How much more elder art thou than thy looks?
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it, 'tis not in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I'm armed and well prepared. Bassanio, fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen on this for you. For herein, fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth, and to view with hollowed eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty. From such lingering penance, she doth cut me off. Repent but you, if you lose your friend, and he repents not and pays your debt. For if the Jew cut her deep enough, I'll pay it instantly, with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, and my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all, here to this devil, to deliver you.
Your wife would give you a little thanks for that if she were by to hear you make the offer.
I have a wife who I protest I love. I would she were in heaven so she can entreat some power to change this cursed Jew.
'Tis well you make the offer behind her back. The wish would make else an unquiet house.
We trifle time! I pray thee pursue sentence!
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most wonderful judge!
And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most learned judge! A sentence! Come, prepare!
Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are, a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond. Take then thy pound of flesh. But in the cutting of it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the laws of Venice confiscate unto the state of Venice.
Oh, upright judge, mark you, oh learned judge.
Is that the law?
Thyself shalt see the act, for as thou urgest justice, be assured, thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest.
O learned judge, mark Jew, O learned judge.
I take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go.
Here's the money.
Soft. The Jew shall have all justice. Soft. No haste. You shall have nothing but the penalty.
O Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge.
Therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh, but in the cutting of it, shed no blood, nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. If the scale doth turn but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscate.
A second Daniel, a Daniel Jew. Now, infidel, I have you on the hip.
Why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture.
Give me my principal and let me go.
I have it ready for thee.
He hath refused it in the open court. He shall have merely justice and his bond.
A second Daniel still, say I. A second Daniel. I thank you, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my principal?
Thou shalt have nothing but the penalty to be so taken at thy peril, Jew.
Why then the devil give a good of it. I'll stand no longer questioned.
Harry, the law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice that if it be proved against an alien that by direct or indirect attempts he hath seeked the life of any citizen, the party against which he doth contrive shall seize one half of his goods, the other half come to the privy councillor of the state, and the offender's life lies at the mercy of the Duke only against all other voice. In which predicament I say thou standest, for it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too, thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant here, and hast incurred the dangers formerly by me rehearsed. Down, therefore, and beg the mercy of the Duke.
Beg that thou mayst believe to hang thyself. And yet thy wealth being forfeit to the state, thou hast not left the value of a court. Therefore thou must be hanged at the state's charge.
That thou shalt see the difference of our spirits. I give half thy wealth to Antonio, the other half to the general state, which humblest may drive him to a fine.
I for the state, not for Antonio.
Now take my life and all, pardon not that. You take my house when you take the profit that sustain my house. You take my life when you take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
A holder, gratis, nothing else, for God's sake.
So please, my lord, the Duke and all the court, to quit thee. I am content. Shall he give me half his goods, to render them upon his death to the gentleman who lately stole his daughter? Two things provided more: that he presently become a Christian, and that he record a gift here in the court, that upon his death all he has be given to Lorenzo and his daughter.
He shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounce it here.
Art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am content.
Clerk, draw a deed of gift.
I pray you give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me and I will sign it.
Get thee gone, but do it. Sir, I'm teaching with me to dinner.
I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. I must away this night to Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth.
I'm sorry my leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this man, for in my heart you are much bound to him.
Most worthy gentlemen, we freely cope the courteous page withal.
And stand indebted to you, over and above, love and service, evermore.
He is well paid that is well satisfied, and I, delivering you, am satisfied, and do account myself well paid. I wish you well, and so I take my leave.
Good sir, of course, I must attempt you further. Grant me two things, I pray you, not as fee, but grant me this, not to deny me and to pardon me.
You press me far, and therefore I will yield. Give me your gloves, I'll wear them for your sake. And for your love, I'll take this ring from you. Do not draw back your hand. I'll take no more, and you in love shall not deny me this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I will have nothing else, and only this, and now methinks I have a mind to it.
This more depends on this ring than on the value. The dearest ring in Venice will I give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this, I pray you pardon me.
I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered.
Good sir, this ring was given me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell, nor give, nor lose it.
That excuse serves many men to sake their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman and know how well I have deserved this ring, she would not hold out enemy forever with you for giving it to me. Well, peace be with you.
My lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. Let his pains and my love will all be valued against your wife's commandment.
Go, Gratiano, give him the ring, and bring him without Paris unto Antonio's house. Away, make haste. Come, you and I will thither presently. In the morning early, we'll fly toward Belmont. Come into me.
Inquire the Jew's house out. Give him this deed and have him sign it. We'll away tonight and be a day before our husband's home.
Fair sir, you are well overtaken. My lord Bassanio, upon more advice, hath sent you here this ring, and doth entreat your company at dinner.
That cannot be. His ring I do accept most thankfully, and so I pray you tell him.
That will I do.
Sir, I would speak with you. I'll see if I can get my husband's ring, which I did make him swear to keep forever.
Thou mayest, I warrant. We shall have old swearing that they did give these rings away to men. But we'll outface them, and outswear them too. Away, make haste. Thou knowest where I will tarry. Welfare. Are they returned?
They are not yet.
Give orders to my servants that they give no note at all of our being absent hence.
Your husband is at hand. I hear his horn.
You are welcome home, my lord.
I thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend. This is the man, this is Antonio, to whom I am so infinitely bound.
You should in all sense be much bound to him, for as I hear, he was much bound for you.
No more than I am well acquitted of.
Sir, you are very welcome to our house, and must appear in other ways than words, therefore I scant this breathing courtesy.
By yonder moon, I swear you do me wrong. In faith, I gave it to the judge's clerk, where he will go that had it, since you do take love so much to heart.
A quarrel, though, already? What's the matter?
I thought of little gold, a paltry ring that she did give me, whose poesy was for all the world like Cowper's poetry upon a night. Love me and lead me not.
What talk you of the posy or of the value? You swore to me when I did give it to you that you should wear that ring unto your hour of death, and that it should lie with you in your grave. Though not for me, yet for your vehement oaths you should have been respected and have kept it. Gave it to a judge's clerk. No, God's my witness, the clerk will ne'er wear hair on his face that had it.
He will, if he live to be a man.
I, if a woman lived to be a man.
Now by this hand I gave it to a youth, a kind of boy, a little scrub boy, no higher than thyself. The judge's clerk. A boy that begged it as a fee, and I cannot by my heart deny it by him.
You were to blame, I must be plain with you, to part so slightly with your wife's first gift. A thing stuck on with oaths upon your finger, so riveted by faith unto your flesh. I gave my love a ring and made him swear never to part with it. And here he stands. I dare be sworn for him he would not give nor leave the ring for the wealth of the world masters. In all faith, Gratiano, you give your wife to unkind cause of grief. And to me, I should be mad at it.
Why, I were best to cut my left hand off and swear I lost the ring defending it.
My lord Bassanio gave this ring away unto a judge that begged for it and deserved it too. And then the boy, the clerks, that took some pain in writings, he begged mine. Neither man nor master would take off of the 2 rings.
What ring gave you, my lord? Not that I hope that you received of me.
If I could add a lie into a fault, I would deny it. But you see my finger hath not the ring upon it. It is gone.
Even so void is your false heart of truth. I'll ne'er come to your bed until I see the ring.
Nor I and yours till I again see mine.
Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, when none would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure.
If you had known the virtue of the ring, or have her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honor to contain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring. Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I'll die for it that some woman had the ring.
No, by my honor, madam, by my soul, no woman had it but a civil doctor, which did refuse 3,000 ducats of me, and begged the ring, to which I did deny him, and suffered him displeased to go away. The man that had held the dear life of my very friend. What should I say, sweet lady? I was beset with shame and courtesy. My honor would not let ingratitude so much besmear it. Pardon me, good lady. Had you been there, I think you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor.
Let not that doctor e'er come near my house. Since he hath got the jewel that I loved, and that which you did swear to keep for me, I will become as liberal as you. I'll not deny him anything. No, not my body, nor my husband's bed. Know him I shall, I am well sure of it. Now, by my honor, which is yet mine own, I'll have that doctor for my bedfellow.
And I his clerk. Therefore be advised how you do leave me to mine own protection.
Do you so? Let me not take him then, for if I do, I'll martyr young clerk's pen.
Oh, I am the subject of these unhappy quarrels.
Sir, grieve not you. You are welcome, notwithstanding.
Portia, forgive me this enforced wrong, and in the hearing of these many friends, pardon me this fault. By thine own fair eyes, I swear, I never more will break an oath with thee.
I once did lend my body for as well, and for it not have been for the man who has your husband's ring, it was quite miscarried. Therefore I say I do it again, my soul upon the forfeit. Your lord will never break faith more advisedly.
Then you should be his surety. Give him this, and bid him keep it better than the other.
My lord Bassanio, swear to keep this ring?
By heaven, it is the same I gave the doctor.
I had it of him. Pardon me, Bassanio, for by this ring the doctor lay with me.
And pardon me, gentle Gratiano, for that same scrubbed boy, the doctor's clerk, in lieu of this, last night did lie with me.
Why, this is like mending up highways in summer where ways are fair enough. What, are we couples heir till we have deserved it?
Speak not so grossly. You all are amazed. Here's a letter. Read it at your leisure. It comes from Padua from Bellario. There you will find that Portia was the doctor. Nerissa there her clerk. Antonio, you are welcome.
I am dumb!
Were you the doctor and I knew you not?
Were you the court that is to make me couple?
Aye, but the one that never means to do it till a woman be a man.
Sweet doctor, you shall be my bedfellow. When I am absent, then lie with my wife.
Sweet lady, you are giving me life and living, for here I read my ships are safely come to road.
It is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied of these events at full. Let us go in and charge there upon us interrogatories, and we will answer all things faithfully.
Let it be so. The first interrogatory that my Nerissa shall be sworn on is whether till next night she had rather stay, or till she had rather go to bed, being 2 nights a day. But were that day come, I should wish it dark, till I were couching with the doctor's clerk. While I live, I'll fear no other thing so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.